Yeah. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna meet him at one point.
At some point in time.
I take Uber way too frequently.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Check out that view right there. So there's the moon, the mountains. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's like pink moon, right?
Oh my goodness, that's what they call it. I heard that on the radio last night. This morning I was working very early and it was like really bright.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could see all the details on the moon's surface, it seems, you know? It's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Sergio, I'm happy to meet you though.
I'm happy to meet you too. What's your name?
Binyam.
Binyam?
Binyam.
Binyam?
Binyam.
Binyam?
Yeah, you got it. A bin and a yam together.
Binyam.
I used to drive a school bus and the way I'd help the kids remember my name was a bin full of yams, so we'll get you to Binyam.
That's smart because it'll probably be hard for the kids to pronounce.
It's an unusual name, right?
Yeah.
And some people I find are really good with like unusual names, and others are better with common names. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Is this how early you usually get up?
Yeah. I go to my friend's house so
Yeah.
we can go to work together.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you both work together,
Yeah, we work together.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, we just work in a warehouse.
Did you both, like, were you friends before you worked together, or?
Oh, yeah, we've been friends since like grade 5.
That's amazing.
So we're
So you guys are inseparable,
yeah,
like brothers.
we're like brothers basically.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Were you neighbors as well?
No, never.
Okay.
I've always lived like frequently far from him.
Yeah.
But
Well, even now you live kind of far from him, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking it's rare when like strong friendships even get to continue like that hanging out, because work usually takes them further apart, right?
Yeah.
I'm just in awe of this view, man. Like, that is just amazing.
I know the view here is amazing.
Oh.
I'm just at my girlfriend's right now.
This is your girlfriend's here.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
My girlfriend's place over there.
Nice. Yeah.
I love the view here. It's just amazing.
I often look for opportunities to feature the view for my followers, saying, this is why I love it here. And oftentimes, you know, what's interesting, Sergio, is a lot of them don't know that I live in Calgary, right? So they usually think that I live in some really big city in US like Los Angeles or New York.
I thought you did at first.
You did, eh?
And then I saw like, I think the bio said that you're in Calgary.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was like, amazed because like there's a few people that are like more big on platforms.
Sure.
That lived in Calgary.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That like people don't really know, like Daquan, the Instagram page.
Okay.
And, like Cody, the YouTuber.
Okay.
Which like has millions of followers.
And then there's Chloe Roma.
Cody Roma.
Roma Army, if you're familiar with her platform. It's a huge one, just with men's advocacy, and she's here. She's got like millions of followers as well, and so that's the funny thing too, is I'm not sure I would see myself as significantly influential. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm nowhere. Check out the moon over there, the cloud right now.
I know.
That just happened, didn't it?
It's amazing.
It's so cool.
It's really beautiful.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I remember at 9:30 is where it peaked, and I was just like looking outside, and it was like so nice.
You know, it's a beautiful thing when you have the eyes to see it, because I think, well, from what I hear, a lot of Calgarians who are from here originally, it usually takes them leaving Calgary for some other place before they're like, huh, Calgary's a really, really sweet setting, you know? And so here I'm an outsider coming in and saying, this is a big deal. This is an awesome deal here.
It's amazing. Like, I love Calgary. I've been here for quite a while. Like, I was born in Colombia.
Yeah.
But I first moved to Newfoundland when I was 2 years old.
3 years old?
2 years old.
2 years old, okay.
So that's why I'm like, you know, it's basically like English is my first language.
Yeah, for sure. I can hear that.
It's a custom one.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, I'm gonna miss Calgary. I'm gonna move to Toronto for school.
Are you?
Yeah, I took online school for the first semester.
Okay.
But I took second semester off to work.
Yeah.
Towards like paying school off.
Sure. It's kind of hard economic facts, right?
Yeah, it gets hard, but like at least it teaches you some stuff. Like you have to work for your own stuff.
Yeah. So the independence factor you're really getting down. It's not going to be easy for you also when you move with your relationship, is it?
Oh, she's also going back.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, we're about to hit 2 years pretty soon.
In your
May 4th.
relationship?
Yeah, May 4th. So like.
May 4th?
Yeah.
That's my birthday, bro.
That's her birthday?
That's my birthday.
That's amazing.
That's amazing indeed.
Yeah, May 4th be with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And in your guys' relationship too, that's kind of corny, but I had to go for it. 2 years is no small chunk of change, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So you are able to work with your really good friend, and then you're able to like move to school with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
How do you make this happen, man? Because like I'm sure there's a lot of guys who are like,
Yeah,
I tried.
I don't know. I got lucky. I got really fortunate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really happy about it. But
Why?
It's a crazy opportunity, but it's gonna be nice.
Why did you go to school in Toronto instead of here?
I've always had the idea to move somewhere else instead of Calgary.
Yeah.
For school, it was either BC or Toronto.
Gotcha.
And since I met my girlfriend, she got an opportunity at scholarship for Toronto
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I might as well move out. You know, we could just get a little apartment.
Yeah.
Save money by like splitting bills and such.
Yeah.
So it'd be way better than staying in a dorm.
Sure.
So we just thought about that and thought it'd be better like that.
Yeah. May I ask how old you are?
I'm 19.
19. Would you say it's fairly uncommon for those in your age category to have long relationships like you and your girlfriend?
It is unfrequent. Like, it is pretty unfrequent actually. Because I'm not saying that like I'm more mature,
Yeah.
but there's some people my age is not as mature and don't like, you know, like fight to be in a relationship. They just,
Right.
you know, give up over time.
I see.
So there's those people, you know. So like you don't see that like long relationship as much in like the high school / university aspect. But yeah, it's more rare.
So I have a podcast with some friends of mine, some guy friends.
Yeah.
And the one guy was making that point in our podcast last night where he was like, and he's a psychologist, but he was saying in his observation, he thinks there isn't as much commitment today
Yeah.
to long-term relationships because it's a lot easier to like just bounce out of them when conflict comes up or things get tough, right? It's just a really easy go-to to say, I guess this is just a short-term thing, right? So that's what you're referencing if I'm hearing you
Yeah,
correctly. Yeah.
basically. Yeah. Like some people don't like seeing the other perspective of another person because
Yeah.
they, you know, they don't like to be wrong. But in a relationship, it's important to be like, hey, I did this wrong.
Yeah.
You did this wrong. Let's just work on this. Try to improve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to actually acknowledge where your weaknesses may have been. Okay. How did you get to such a point where you're willing to be aware of your struggles? Because again, I'm trying to hear from others' perspective, and it would seem like a lot of us may struggle with, I guess, taking accountability in some sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I goofed up. I'm willing to own that. That's a tough thing to say, you know?
Yeah.
Like, where did you, I guess, learn how to do that? Or what influences were impacting for you?
She really helped me with that, and
Okay.
like, just like my life experience, because like my mom's a single mother,
Yeah,
so like we've kind of struggled a fair bit,
yeah.
and I've learned like struggling isn't a bad thing.
I
Like,
see.
struggling is something you're gonna go through,
Yeah,
and you can learn from it.
yeah.
From like than just giving up. So
That's huge, man.
yeah.
It's like one of those maxims I live by that crap is gonna happen in life. It's gonna
It's
happen.
going to happen. Yeah, there's gonna be those bad days, but those good days are gonna be so much worth it.
Yeah, and in my experience, it's more like the good days sort of break up my bad days to make it more like bearable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive, man. Sergio, you know what I usually do with my platform, right?
I deleted TikTok for a while
Okay.
because I'm like, this is getting too crazy and I'm trying to study school.
Gotcha.
But I know that you guys you have to have a conversation with the person and like get to know them better.
I love
like
featuring my conversations
Yeah.
also for my followers as well.
Yeah.
I only do so if there's enthusiastic buy-in from my riders saying, yeah, I'm totally okay with that. And I usually ask for permission just because there are a lot of people who really value their privacy. And I also want to extend that same one to you as well and say, are you comfortable with it if I post this, or would you rather keep
I'm more
it?
than comfortable.
You're more than
Go ahead.
comfortable? Awesome. Okay. I'm going to get you to sign off. This is what I call a consent form here. And it just kind of says, hey, I know what I'm being asked to do. I'm okay with my picture, my voice, my image being on the internet.
This is amazing. This is really smart. Some people, having voice recording isn't enough sometimes.
I know, I was asked, and I'm probably going to make a video about that because one of my followers, really nice guy, who was asking, is it really necessary when you have verbal consent? And I mean, I think once upon a time it probably was okay, but it's just a way of making sure that we're all saying the same thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to be on like the safe route.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you never know what would happen. Right?
Yeah.
How early do you wake up?
Well, I try to be up at 2:30 in the morning.
2:30?
Yeah, and then I try to start work maybe around 3 o'clock or so. This morning I slept until 3:30. I started at 3:30, but yeah, I like early mornings because then I try to get some productivity in my day
Yeah.
before the day's really started for everyone else.